It's 11:47 p.m. on February 13th. And suddenly, people panic. Not "I forgot milk" panic. "I forgot love" panic. Reservations are gone, roses are overpriced, and your brain starts telling you a lie. If I don't make tomorrow perfect, I'm a bad partner. If I don't post something, it doesn't count. If I don't do a big gesture, we're in trouble. Here's the part nobody says out loud. The healthiest couples, they usually don't stress about Valentine's Day. Not because they hate romance, because they don't need a calendar to prove love. Psychology has a name for what actually keeps relationships strong. It's called relationship maintenance. It's not dramatic, it's daily. Research from John Gottman's work points to something simple. Strong couples don't win with grand gestures. They win with tiny moments. Gottman called them bids for connection. Small reach-outs, small responses. Look at this. Can I tell you something? Are you okay? Come sit with me. And the magic is not in the bid, it's in the response. You look up, you listen, you stay present. Now compare that to the Valentine's Day strategy. Save everything. Wait for one day, then go big. That sounds romantic, but it can backfire. Because when you concentrate love into one date, you send a message. Even if you don't mean to. You matter most on special occasions. That's like going to the gym once a year and expecting results by dinner. Some studies suggest something else too. When romance feels forced by a date, it can feel less romantic. Because obligation kills warmth. Your partner can sense it. So can you. There's another trap. It's symbolic love. Big gifts, big posts, big plans. Sometimes those aren't love. They're anxiety in a tuxedo. A way to say, "See, we're good," without checking the daily reality. And then social media shows up with a megaphone. That's social comparison. We compare our relationship to other people's highlights, not their normal life, not their silence, not their arguments, not their boring Tuesday, just the curated part. The restaurant, the ring box, the caption. So Valentine's Day becomes a performance, not a connection. Want a better idea? Do what actually creates closeness. Novelty. Together. Self-expansion research suggests couples feel closer when they grow together. When they do new things. Not expensive things. Just new. Try a recipe you've never tried. Take a new walk. Visit a new spot in your own city. Play something competitive. Learn something together. Shared experience beats fancy packaging. And if you're single on Valentine's Day, the sting is real. Because the culture turns one day into a spotlight. It can feel like exclusion, like you're watching a party through a window. But here's the truth. A date on the calendar isn't a verdict. It's marketing. So here's the healthiest move. Make Valentine's Day optional. Not a test. Not an audit. Not proof. If you want dinner, do dinner. If you want chocolate, get chocolate. If you want quiet, choose quiet. Then do the real work the other 364 days. Say thank you often. Be specific. Be present. Because the best relationships don't feel special once a year. They feel safe all year. If this hit home, subscribe for more psychology-backed relationship deep dives.